when is rock, paper, scissors coming and why is it important? We'll talk about it, and we'll also talk about what strategies we're gonna employ in the meantime. So what is rock, paper, scissors? Why are we waiting for it? You can see that on this account I have right now 24 3.5 generation token chest A. And I'm recording this on a Sunday. You'll soon figure out why this is important. This chest A gives you either one Labeta token or one Cinca token or one Corita token. Corita is for castle, Cinca is for death, and Labeta is for life. We also have Harek for strength, as well as Khalid for chaos. These are the 5 heroes that are 3.5 generational heroes. Era of Chaos is very much like a game where you have to have the newest tech to be the strongest. It's not like Raid Shadow Legends, where even though you have a continuous power creep in terms of the newest tech being somewhat better than, like, let's say 2-year-older tech, but at the same time, if you have a mediocre team, but you're using the right team, you can still make good progress. Here, you either have the best hero or you don't. It's binary. If you do, you win. If you don't, you lose, considering that the rest of the tech is comparable. Now, I have managed to jump a bit higher, so punch beyond my weight. For example, when I managed to beat a hero that is a higher generation hero than mine, with a stronger overall team, better artifacts, and so on. But the hero is the one defining factor, the one limitation that greatly determines the overall strength of your team. The secondary factors are these artifacts, hero armor and divine gear, and the new mask. And by the way, units are just tertiary in this sense, because everyone has good enough units at this point after, let's say, playing for a year. Now, I have 24, but you need 30 tokens in total, so I'm missing 6 in order to get a hero. How do you get these tokens? It's really hard. Almost impossible, except if you have an event called Rock, Paper, Scissors, and the last Rock, Paper, Scissors happened multiple months ago. Now, how did Rock, Paper, Scissors work? It worked in a way that you could get as a prize 2 of these tokens in total. 2 of these tokens with a percentage of, let's say, 7% of the time or 5% of the time. And altogether you have 99 pools and 100 for $1. This is the tripwire of the Rock, Paper, Scissors that tempts many people to become paid players. Now, with those 99 pools, I managed to get less than 24 of these tokens. I'm not sure if it was 19 or 18, something along those lines. So you see, I'm looking for a Corita, but right now I only have 24. Now, there were 5 tokens up for grabs in an event, or in the same Rock, Paper, Scissors event, when you reach, let's say, 75 pools or so. And this is kind of unjust when it comes to strength and chaos. And this is why I thought, wait a minute, what if they put these boxes in V-Domino that would eventually equal things out? Because if you 3x'd, let's say, the token count, in that case everyone would get either 2 token chest A heroes, or 1 token chest A and 1 token chest B hero. That's what I thought. I was dead wrong. So speculations don't always pay off. At the same time, we still have this hero problem. You can also see that in this specific event, Marvelous Special Offer, that's why I'm recording it on a Sunday, you have tokens somewhere. Diamond plus 3.5 generation hero token pack A and token pack B. This is A, the Cinca, Labeta, Corita, 5 chests in total for a reasonable high price. And same thing with Token Chess B with Harek and Khalid. Now, unfortunately, this price is basically higher than what you would pay if you could purchase the hero in total, because that would be something like $100. And 6 times 17.99 is more than $100. So this was quite smart from the team, because imagine, like in rock, paper, scissors, 20% of all the people got the new heroes approximately, according to my calculations. 80 or 10%, 10 to 20. 80 to 90% of the people didn't get it. So sure enough, they are tempted to get it via a purchase, and this would make them purchasers. But then, if this was not enough, there was basically one new change that is actually not fully new, but basically almost new, that in Lucky Snatch, the game mode that I call Lucky Scam, you can get a La Beta. And I will get Soul's video online just in a moment, because he had an account preview or a week preview for next week. And let's see this week preview right here. So next week we're gonna have this Candy Connect event. I'm not a big fan of this event. I've made a video of it previously. I can link it. The reason why I'm not a big fan of this event is that it's like far too long and the player has not enough control over what happens. You just select the 20-year pack and just play. That's it. It's not that ideal. But what's interesting is that among all these events, you see somewhere here, yeah, Lucky Snatch. The Generation 3 hero Josephine, it's not a new thing. However, La Beta is a new thing. She's the weakest, well, together with Sinka. So Sinka and La Beta are kind of weak from the Generation 3.5 heroes. They are stronger than the Generation 3 heroes, although you will not experience that much of an increase with respect to Septiana. Okay, I may create a video on this a bit later to see what increase you can expect, for example, on the test server. But right now, in Lucky Scam, you're getting La Beta. And you know what this means? That there has been an improvement, because usually what happens in Lucky Snatch is that first you have the heroes rolled out in a way that you have a Generation 2 hero here and a Generation 3 hero on the second track. But now we have a Generation 3 and a Generation 3.5. So there has been an upgrade. And if this upgrade continues, the team may want to keep on distributing these heroes via the Lucky Snatch scam operation, basically. It's basically a scam operation, because like, what would you think? It's it's a fantasy RPG on some level. What's fantasy and what's RPG in this? This is like a slot machine mechanic without displaying the exact probabilities of everything. There is a pity system that we understand, but there is no like exact probabilities displayed. If you're thinking about what kind of probabilities I'm talking about, okay, I'll show you that there would be something important. For example, there is this other game. Just a moment. There is this other game, but I would have to move this to the other screen. There you go. So here in Ethereum Restart, where I managed to make a mistake or a misclick, there you can see that when we summon, and it's similar to Lucky Snatch, but here we're using units, not heroes. So when we summon, then the problem is that in other places you don't have the exact probability. Here you do. You see probabilities. This is EU, legally EU conform. You see the exact probability. Base drop, percentages. You see the exact percentages, and they are supposed to add up to 100. Every single time you pull, you know the exact probabilities, and there is a pity system that after 70 more attempts, and it starts at 80, you are guaranteed the SSR. Okay, so this is what I would expect in Lucky Snatch as well. We're not getting this because the exact probabilities are not disclosed. So that's why it's a slight borderline, not ideal type of game. And for this reason, given that this is an upgrade, I would expect that we're not gonna have this for a while. And for this reason, whenever you want to have, let's say, so Khalid generation 3.5, Harek generation 3.5, so this is strength, this is chaos, Korita is order, Sinka is death, and Labeta is life. Whenever you want to have them as heroes, initially you either spend money or you spend diamonds. And sometime in the near future, you're gonna get the tokens. If I could speculate, and I have been wrong before, so just so that you know, if I could speculate when exactly we're gonna get another try at getting all these heroes, I would say that the best time for it is after the release of the 5th generation 4 hero. You know, we started with Jessica, as well as Shin. Maybe we started with Shin, then Jessica. Then we got Theodorus. Then we got Gerwolf. And we're missing one. And that one hero is, well, given this is Fortress, this is Death, so this is Chaos, this is Life, this is Order. What is missing? Strength. And given that the last one was Kov, we're expecting a Stronghold hero. When? I don't know. Within a month. So this means that I would expect at least 1, if not 2 Lucky Snatches. So 1 week, 3 weeks, 5 weeks before the rock, paper, scissors comes online. Don't shoot the messenger. And I really hope I'm wrong and we're gonna have rock, paper, scissors in 2 weeks. That would be amazing. But if not, just bear in mind that nothing changes. Nothing really changes. One feedback that I would like to give on the game is that it would be amazing to be able to earn these heroes somehow in the game without spending $100 on one hero. That would be really amazing. It can be a really expensive thing diamond-wise, I don't mind. But if you don't even have a diamond alternative, even if it's expensive, then the game is heavily pay to win. Because you either pay for multiple heroes who give you an opportunity to compete in Dragon League, for example, or in other places. So it's like, essentially you pay hundreds, so $200 to $300 every half year or every year when the newer generation heroes come, or you become irrelevant. So you can only compete at the top of the top if you have a budget of at least $300 every single time a new generation comes online. Okay, maybe 200 and you can settle for the 13, I don't know. But you get the idea. And this is why if there was a diamond alternative, even if it's expensive, even if it sets back the account, it would be a bit more healthy because some people would figure it out how to get those heroes and how to compete at the top as well. And if a selected few, let's say 1 or 2 people make it, then others will think that they could make it as well, and they would continue playing the game a bit more. So that's a feedback. But regardless what happens, the stoic attitude implies that we do whatever it takes to play well. And for this reason, I would recommend coasting, collecting your resources, and once the time comes, taking the opportunity and getting the proper heroes. By the way, not sure if you have noticed, but in the monthly card store, a new edition, few weeks old new edition, is the 3rd generation hero token right here. All 5. it's basically you can get one a day. But only for the gold card, not for the silver. Because previously there was not enough difference between the silver and gold. They figured it out, and now you have to have the $10 plus pack to be able to purchase 30 tokens in 30 days basically, and in 30 days you're gonna get a third generation hero. And this means that finally the gap that I've been also mentioning, that on new accounts you get first a Catherine and a Galu, and then after weeks you may get a generation 1 hero, then after weeks you might get a generation 2 hero, like, oh no, maybe actually in 15 days you get a generation 2 hero, and then for 13-14 weeks you get nothing. Because third generation tokens are phased out from the game because everyone has had their share in the last year, and generation 3.5 is still gate capped, so that more and more people purchase the paid pack here and the marvelous, not so marvelous offers somewhere here, these two. That's why. And given that this is a strategy to gatekeep heroes, because hero is the most important tech right now, you understand why rock paper scissors is gate capped as well. Deflation continues devaluing some other tech, including artifacts and the older heroes. So it was time that we got generation 3 heroes, but it's paywalled behind the VIP card, the monthly VIP card. So the changes are not too bright. At the same time, hopefully I've proven that even a regular account can end up in the top as VIP 0. You will just get less good heroes to work with. So these are the new updates. Hopefully you will not expect a new rock paper scissors anytime soon, because it might even be 1 to 2 months away, unfortunately. I'm not sure about it, but maximization of profits tells me, if I was, let's say, on the other side, that I would gatekeep these generation 3.5 tokens for a while. Maybe some summer festival or something could give us some extra tokens, who knows. But it's not gonna be a decision that you look at, okay, people want this rock, paper, scissors. But it's rather, it might even be a random decision. A random decision, okay, let's reward the players somehow, I don't even think about it, let's add these generation 3.5 tokens. Not a problem, it's time. We'll find out some other tech anyway. So this is my take on when rock, paper, scissors is coming. Hopefully I'm wrong. If you have a different opinion, write it in the comments.